It's weird. I thought Mahomes was more valuable this year than in any other years when he won the MVP because of what he had around. I thought he did more for that team this year, almost in a Brady-like way. His stats were down because he's competing against himself, but I thought his value was more evident this year than previous years.
I totally agree. Now, I Brew pushed back yesterday a bit of recency bias, saying, let's all remember what that first year as a starter was. 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and just some of the most, oh my God. And so that was a good point. And we now say, yeah, but he had Kelsey and Rice. But prior to Mahomes taking the field, Rice had made all pro as a kick returner. He was, clearly good, but we didn't know he was this. And Kelsey was excellent, but we didn't know he was going to maybe be the greatest tight end ever. But here's what I thought was most impressive about Patrick this year. He set aside what I think is most fun and gratifying for him for what the team needed. I think that if you can pull off the passes he can and have the arm strength and the creativity and all those things, I think that's the most fun way to play. And it's the way that gets you the MVPs, gets you the accolades, all those things. And he totally transformed who he was. And the other thing that I found really noteworthy is that he was criticized for not criticizing his teammates enough. He was when there were all those drops. I don't know how much you guys talked about it, but I heard a lot of people say, he's being too nice. They miss Bieniemy, who was the bad cop, which I think they kind of did to a degree. That Patrick needs to light up MVS, and he just refused. He absolutely refused, and I think one of the craziest stats of this dynasty is in the second half of the last two Super Bowls, where the Chiefs were down 10 in both games. The 4 touchdowns, the Chiefs receiving touchdowns, were scored by Sky Moore, who is going to fight to make the team. Kadarius Toney, who's going to fight to stay in the league. MVS, who everyone wanted benched, and McCole Hardman, who started the year with the Jets, and they were like, we can't use him. Those are the 4 players that caught passing touchdowns in the second half of back-to-back Super Bowl comebacks.